Welcome back to Ox Tools. I'm Tom. We're working on the bottle card here, and I'm going to add a handle tonight with a crossbar so that when you're wheeling the thing around, you got something to hold on to here. So I got some materials there. We'll cut those and get those in there. I'm going to weld these up a little bit more. And then I think we're ready for a test. Some guys have put some comments up and some good questions, and some people are worried about the ability of the screw to lift the bottle, and so I did some calculations before I started this, and the amount of torque needed to raise 200 pounds is pretty low. This is a half-inch diameter, 12 millimeter diameter screw, 13 threads per inch, so that's that's almost 80, that's almost 2 millimeter pitch, okay? Anyway, the force required is fairly low. It's 30 inch-pounds or something like that, so it's, even when you add friction in, and it shouldn't be too bad. So the idea is to use a driver here to run this up and down. Anyway, we're going to try it. I'm pretty sure it's going to work. Once again, it's like I was saying before. It's you make little bets. Yeah, I bet you that's going to work. And so you get pretty good at predicting how far you can reach. It's when you try to reach too far that you get into trouble. So anyway, let's get cracking here and get some stuff going. This is the crossbar here. So you see how I didn't let that fall off? I cut it 99% of the way, and I didn't let it fall off. And you know why? Because I'm super lazy. I didn't have to bend over to pick that up. The older you get, the more important that is. So just remember that. Okay, so a little belt sand. Okay, that's going to go. No problem. Okay. We got some layout to do on that to get it positioned. And then this is the handle tube. We're using round material for that. Just because I can put a motorcycle grip on there or something. And a lot of times what I do is I just kind of put my hand on the tape measure here and say, yeah, that's about what I want. So, just as kind of a feeler there to say what length. So. I'm just marking the center line on here to help me position the tube here accurately. You know, it's not really, you know, it's not a big accuracy issue. It's just workman-like work, you know. Instead of eyeballing that center, I lay it out, and then there's no question that it's there, you know. And you never know who's going to be looking at your stuff, and so, you know, if you got a chance to put it on center or make it square or whatever, just do it, because you know, like I said, you never know who's going to be looking at your work. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and put this on first here, get that tacked on there. Subject, I don't know, about 3 or 4 guys asked me about welding hoods and how come I don't use an auto darkening one. Well, the bottom line is I'm a cheapskate, and if I'm going to buy a good auto darkening helmet, I'm going to buy a good one, and they're $300 or $400. I don't know what they are. They're expensive. I like this nice lightweight one here. This used to be sold for TIG welding, but now they say it's only good for oxyacetylene. So, but it's a nice lightweight helmet. I've used this type for years. Actually, this is a relatively new one. My old one finally broke down, and it's 30 years old. And I just happen to be used to this. This is what I like. You know, they're 40 bucks. Okay. Now, so I guess if you take that $300 or $400 over 30 years. Oh, they weren't available 30 years ago either, so, and I'm not going to use a Harbor Freight one, so I'll just, I'd rather use this. I like the small lens. It's the way it is. Now, if somebody wants to send me one to test, I'd be happy to test one, so just kidding. Just kidding. put some scribe lines on here, and the way I line up to the scribe lines, I use my scale, and then I set it on the edge, the reference edge that I want to move to the scribe line, and then I just tap it over until I get a good registration. So it gives me, you know, I can have a layout line on this surface and a line on the surface that's not directly touching it. So and get an accurate lineup like that. So that's within a few thousands probably of that scribe line. So. Okay, so we're getting ready to assemble the lead screw here, and I had to make a little change here. I discovered a little problem when I was, after it was tacked up. This, the tube that I had put in was kind of in the way, so I had to offset it a little bit so I can get this on. So I just put this tube on the back side. The handle tube here, so it seems to be okay now. Then installed the bushing here, and we'll put this little guy together. It's our little thrust bearing here. So this is a little needle thrust bearing here, and then these are the hardened washers that it runs against. So the way it works is it's sandwiched between two hardened washers, and then you can have a softer support structure. And so the way this gets assembled here is it's a threaded clamp collar that's going to get locked down, so the thrust bearing will slide over there, and then it's going to go up inside the tube and bear against this cap, and it takes all that vertical load so that this can still rotate nicely. And then this will come through that bushing. There'll be another little washer on top, and then another collar, and then where'd it go? Then there'll be the drive nut that gets pinned on the end of the shaft here. So let's go ahead and put that together. I'm going to guess at the length right now, and I got this little extension on here so that I can reach all the way up in there. And poke it up through like that. And it looks like I need a little more. Oh, I'm running out of, I think I'm running out of. Yeah, that's what's going on. Of course, this is, yeah. Alright, let's see how that looks there. That, and then the nut. Yeah, I think I need just a whisker more. So it's a little bit of a little puzzle to put together. I think what I need. I'd rather have a little too much sticking out. Okay, like that. Then I gotta get it on. Let me lock that down. Okay, so I got a coupling nut and then another little piece of all thread so I can reach it up in there. Let's secure that. So this just keeps this from moving it on the all thread. All right, fish that up in there. And a washer. So what this allows me to do is this allows me to take all the axial play out of it too. So I can leave just what I want and make kind of a play-free fit. Although I'm not really looking for any kind of precision fit there. Let's secure that. Okay. And if I'm lucky, all right, I'll get a socket and oh, can't quite reach that. Anyway, it's on there, and you can see that's turning, and it's got that thrust bearing in there now. So all that load that's sitting on that screw is sitting on that thrust bearing and taking it down to the base. All right, so all right, I think that's 3/4, maybe not. All right, let me get a socket. All right. I gotta get that pinhole lined up. I'm just gonna put I'm just putting a solid pin in there for now. It's not a hard press right now. Just to do a test. All right, so there's that. I want to lubricate the screw and do a bunch of stuff like that. This is just kind of a trial assembly here. So when I pull up on that, I can really feel that thrust bearing working in there. So let's see if we can. All right, let's run that thing down. Noisy little bugger, isn't it? I didn't want to run it hard into the bottom. So, what do you think, boys? Think we ought to do a test here? I forgot, I got to loosen the raise. All right, so let's get my foot on there. Okay, so that's like 230 pounds right there. Going up. Still turns by hand. And that's the slow speed on the. Yeah, that's pretty close to the bottom. Dare we try the high speed? I think so. Okay, well, I think we're ready to lift the bottle. I think that's well, you know what? No, let's not. I don't want to get carried away here. So what I want to do is I'm going to take that apart. I'm going to put some lubricant on there. I don't want to run it dry more than once or twice like that. I got some Molly D I'm going to put on that screw, and then it's just going to be slicker than monkey snot on there. And I want to lubricate that bearing. What else? I don't think I'm going to put anything on that. This will get painted ultimately, and I might put some anti-friction tape, some UHMW tape on that. That's ultra high molecular weight polyethylene tape. It's real thin and real slippery like Teflon. So, and it's just tacked together right now too, so I got some more welding to do. I welded these up pretty good, as much as I'm going to weld them up. So I want to weld the handle on solid and weld this base on solid, and then we're going to get a bottle test. So I'm stoked. This is good. I'm just snugging these retainer bolts down. I just don't. I got lock nuts on the bottom here. I don't want to over tighten because it'll squeeze it. It'll squeeze these blades together here. Alright, that looks pretty good. And my strap. I hear my phone ringing there. I'm not going to run and get it though. Okay. So tomorrow night is bottle lift. So I'll weld this up. I lubricated the screw. I took it back apart and lubricated the screw, and it feels pretty nice in there right now. And then I'll do a bunch of welding, and then I can disconnect the bottle, and we can lift that off of there tomorrow night. So I've had about enough for tonight. All day at work, and then a few hours here. So I'm going to kick back for a little bit, answer a few comments. You guys have been putting great comments up. I appreciate that. This is coming together pretty nice, and there seems to be some interest in it also. So also I'm going to order a grip. What else do I need for this? I wrote a little list down, so I'll get my list and I'll order a couple of things. And cotter pins. That was the thing I needed. Cotter pins, and then a 1/8 inch roll pin, 3/4 long is what I want. So those are the other two things I need to order. So I'm going to get some stuff ordered, and tomorrow night we'll lift the bottle and see how that goes. And this is the last thing that is kind of iffy, that we're still betting on, I think. Can I get this tight enough to hold the bottle up against this? So I've got some fallback positions if it doesn't quite hold it enough. One might be to put some rubbery material on here, a split hose, or something of that ilk, that just gives me a little cushion so that I can really squeeze that in there. And because this will be metal on metal, which is actually kind of slippery, so we might add something to that if we need to. I don't want to if I don't have to, so we'll see how it goes. But that's my my fallback position if my little bed here doesn't pan out. Anyway, thanks for watching tonight, and I'll catch up with you tomorrow night. See you later. Okay, let's give it a go here. So we can go underneath here. That's one of the things. We can go right up to the and meet up with the bottle. Get this off first. Out of the way. This is the only part I don't like right now, is you get to fish this through a little bit. But it's not bad. Okay, that looks pretty tight. Okay. Okay, it's all right. We're going the right way here. Okay, so it's on the cart. And now I can just wheel this around, but it is it. Okay, boss, I got the new bottle. You want me to put it on? Yeah, put it on. I need to weld. Hook's a little thick. Running.
My hero.
Okay, so we did the test there on the bottle lip, and I just wanted to go through and make some comments about the experience. So a couple things. It works pretty good. I did try it off camera, just so you guys know, just to kind of try it out, but I didn't change anything. What I did discover off camera was the moving part of the mechanism has to be positioned correctly. I didn't even think about it. Is that once you get a hold of that bottle, you got to be able to lower it all the way to the floor. So the first time I grabbed it, I wasn't able to lower it all the way to the floor because I didn't have this moving part in the right position. But I put a couple little marks on the side just so I knew, about where to start. It's not a precision thing. It just has to. You have to be up enough and be able to lower. You can't start all the way at the bottom. Anyway, it's just the subtlety of how the thing works. The other thing is, the strap grabs the bottle, no problem. There's no issue with that. But as the Mr. 13 millimeter commented, the strap should really be higher. And what I'll probably do is just add another set of these brackets up here and move this up up to this upper level, and that'll improve the getting it closer to the center of gravity on the bottom. So it works the way it is, and I'll probably just cut out another set of these, and then it'll just it'll mirror this here. So there'll be two here, and there'll be two here, and it'll kind of look the same and you know, off we go. The only thing that was bugging me a little bit was feeding this strap around the bottle, but that's a, you know, an anomaly of the cart because it has those vertical stanchions on it. So I might, you know, think about a more streamlined hook or something that fits through there a little. It wasn't bad, but it was just, you know, something I noticed. What else? The drill seems to work fine. I don't see any real problems with that. I was able to run it on the higher speed. It has two speeds. That's the high speed, and that's the low speed. So I was able to run it on the higher speed, which is great. And you saw on the video, it didn't take very long to do it. What else? I don't know. It was kind of, yeah, it was fun to build, fun to think about. Take it apart, and I got some powder coat paint I need to do. I'll make another one of these brackets. You know, I've been fiddling around with the camera here, and you know, I realized one of the things shooting in HD that I didn't realize is the aspect ratio of the picture is different. So it's wider, yeah, you know, which is great, but it's for that width, it's narrower. And right now I'm shooting in the lower res, and I have more vertical height. So anyway, the last couple of clips, I've been clipping my head off or the things out of the frame or whatever, and some of the video that I shot for this, putting it together, it sucked. It's not very good. So this last video is going to be kind of a hodgepodge of stuff put together to kind of document this whole thing here. So anyway, I'll write a blog article for this also, and put it up on the blog. And I'll put some drawings up there and some part numbers and stuff like that for the clamp collars and the needle thrust bearings and what else? I'll put a link to the strapworks.com. Strapworks.com. I'll put a link up to that. Anyway, for the strap here, which is great. Although these are, you know, you can get these anywhere pretty much. The wheels I scrounged, you know, those could be a little larger diameter would be nice. That would be a nice adder. And other than that, I think it's pretty good. I don't know. So throw some comments up. Like I said, sorry about the kind of mishmashy video. I'm playing around with the camera, trying to sort things out, and I like the HD, but the files are big and they're harder to deal with, and I got to get used to that less vertical height that I've been used to. So actually, maybe what we'll do is I haven't done too many close-ups here of the thing, so maybe I'll come around and shoot a little bit of video on the a little closer up stuff. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching. And you guys threw up some great comments, and you had some good suggestions. A couple of guys threw up a link to one that works kind of similar to this, but it does a tilting motion. It's got a lot of moving parts, you know, and it works great. It looks like it works great. This might be a little bit better for tighter spaces like what we have here, where you just have enough room to get the bottle in. And you know, a lot of welding machines are not convenient to pull out of the way. You know, there's a bunch of junk around them, and guys got cables and leads hanging on them, and so they're not always convenient to pull out and move. You know, this one might have a little bit better access than that other one, but the other one's really nice. They did a good job on it. Anyway, I think that's about all I got to yap about on this, and I'll make that change, get it painted, and I don't know, you probably see it in the background floating around the shop. And I might use it for a hand truck off and on too. Anyway, thanks for watching. Well, here's the lower part here. And the tongue plate, and then stiffeners, and then the vertical uprights. and then this is the 1-inch pipe, and then the 1.25 inch, I think, 1.25 inch, 1.5 inch. No, 1.25 inch pipe. And then spin it around the back, you can see. And I did go for the cross axle, which is great because you can't put your foot against that, which is really nice. And you can't really see them very well, but there's some little washer deals I made in there. Maybe you can see it there. These are turned parts here that are actually welded to that, and they space the wheel out a little bit and get it away from the sides of the these stair glides here. What else? Oh, let's maybe we'll do this. Lay this thing down there. Try not to clobber the camera. Let's see if that looks good. So this is the business end here with the nut, and there you can see I can just turn that by hand. It's working pretty good, even horizontally there. This turned out to be kind of a non-issue here. If I was going to do this again, what I would probably do is shape these plates in such a way that they kind of came out a little farther and that there was very little wiggle room. So maybe they would have ears that kind of came out like this, you know, that looped around these, just to kind of guide this here so that it didn't rotate. But the rotation doesn't seem to be a problem, and actually it allows you to wiggle the bottle around a little bit and drop it into the pocket on the welding machine. So I think it's one of those, you know, serendipitous accidental features, you know. Anyway, that's it. Thanks, guys.